Welcome to the Middle Ground, a series where I talk about social and political commentary. Today episode, I will be talking about black people and racism. The game replay. I've been thinking to myself quite recently, and I'd say, what is the end game here? Why is it that we're only happy when we're leading something? We cry racism this, racism that, everything's racism. How about that? We always complaining, always crying. With at least no place, with no food, no water. Shut up, not Mikey. But I digress. What is the problem? Is America really deeply racist? Or the fact that it's really black people who are really, or is it the fact that the person making the claim is deeply racist? It seems that we're playing the game of as long as there's some, then all are guilty. But it's not a fair game to play. You're going to lose this game if you're playing it that way. If those are the rules that we're playing by, you're going to lose that fight. Because you can't get rid of racism by abruptly calling everyone racist on a whim. Because a few are racist. You need to be only focusing on the majority. The majority is what matters. As long as most of the people aren't racist, then America isn't racist. You cannot blame one, because even, let's take up the Starbucks for instance. Let's say hypothetically the lady was racist. Why are we blaming the whole corporation because of one person? But I'm not saying that she is. This is a one-on-one, an individual case basis. You could blame the entire corporation because one person might have been racist. That's stupid. You're just trying to get your name in the paper, even actually that worked. People are getting worldwide attention because one person was said I had to pay for something. They did. I had to pay for something or I had to leave. Oh my goodness. I couldn't just buy I don't know, a dollar something in there that was only like $1 and some cent, like some hash browns or something. I been I couldn't just go to a different store to use the bathroom and come back, even though I couldn't just buy something until I can actually stay in the place longer. Oh, I wanted to make a stand because I think I'm entitled to break the rules because I'm black. Rules don't apply to black people. And people say, now, it may seem in some people's minds that, why are you attacking us? No, it's called a criticism. It's called when you. It's called when you go to a place that says you have to be a paying customer in order to patronize their store by using their bathroom. You have to abide by certain policies like buying something. You could have avoided yourself all this trouble if you freaking just bought something. None of this had to happen. All they had to do was buy something. Now, this game, Ben Shapiro pointed this out. He said, we're playing a game where if you try to defend yourself against racism, that means even more racist because of white privilege. I Let me tell you something. It's been debunked to death. There's no such thing as white privilege. That is a racist term done by racist people who don't want to, who just want to put up, make sure, wants to just shout out racism every time they get a chance. It's a terminology, it's false mentality. All white people ain't rich, and all white people don't get the greatest benefits first. There are Asians out there who are more successful than white people. There are many other foreign affairs who are a minority. Yep, Asians don't make up a majority. Asians are a minority. If they can do it, why can't you? Oh, because they're less racist. Okay, get out of here. You got an excuse for everything. Excuse central. You have an excuse, a backup excuse for an excuse. Oh, Asians are more successful because their white people were less racist towards them. That is the biggest, stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. The stupidest thing. It's another excuse, which only gives credit that white people, some black people are just excuse ridden. All they got is excuses. So just in my mind, I said, Brennan, what would be the solution to racism? Well, one, if people stop making it the primary focus of life. Racism is like a bear. At one point, it was a ferocious bear, and then it lost its teeth, and then reduced in age. And then, after that bear died, the ferocious bear died and gave birth to some cubs. It started to lose its teeth, and the cub was born with a defect, a sickness, and it started to lose its teeth, and then after some time, it stopped to age, and after some time, the bear grew up, and after some time, the bear became no longer ferocious and domesticated. It became a Yogi Bear. Hey, 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 I'm smarter than the average bear. Oh, it became Yogi Bear. A harmless bear that probably did nothing but try to steal your picnic baskets. The fact of the matter is, it's making me wonder what is the end game, the solution. All I hear is complaints with no solutions behind them. I don't think they really want solutions. I think they want to be able to complain about racism for the rest of their life, so they can always have a constant excuse on why they can't get ahead in life. Is there racism? Yes. It's not going to go away. I'm sorry to inform you that it's not going to go away. It's not going to just solve itself. It's not going to one day disappear. It's going to exist. Okay? You just need to learn how to get on to get along. You can't solve racism with more racism. We can't solve racism by beating people over the head with a racism bat. You need to stop being racist yourself. How you gonna beat racism with more racism? You can't. That's all the answer that. I answered that question for you. You can't. I tell you, one person does not make a whole generation racist. One person does not make a whole company racist. They only ask you to do a simple, concise thing. Pay for something. We want to jump to go, oh, if it was a white person, how do you know this to be self-evident. You don't know every Starbucks. There are rules and regulations. Maybe every store. Let me tell you, I was in a Taco Bell up not even too long ago. They had the same rule. You had to be a paying customer to use the Taco Bell bathroom, and they let me use it despite not being a paying customer. See, they bent the rules for me, and I'm black, so your argument just fell flat. It's all about the person. I've said this. I will say this. I'm going to say this. If you're going to bend the rules for one, you got to bend the rules for everybody. Because you're going to have people to whom are going to ruin it. Try to spurge your name as evil, racist, because you decide to be lenient for one person on the rules, but wouldn't be lenient for them because they think life's fair. They don't know the situation of the person. You don't know the situation of the person. Maybe it was an emergency. But let me tell you something. We can't keep playing this game of if you try to say you're not racist, you're more racist because you use the white privilege, your white privilege to prove that you're not racist. That's not a good game to be playing. You are the one who needs to prove that they're racist, not the other way around. You are the one bringing the charge. They're the defendant. They don't have to prove that they're innocent. You have to prove that they're guilty, and that's how the criminal justice system works. If you want to bring charges, you want to charge white people with racism, you have to bring on actual evidence and not just your word. You got to bring on some proof beyond reasonable doubt that they are indeed racist and not just, oh, such and such is racist because they got white privilege. That's not freaking evidence at all. That's just a freaking statement. White privilege. I don't know where this freaking white privilege all of a sudden freaking came out of. Tell that to the homeless person who's sitting on the street that they got white privilege. Tell that white man on the street that he got white privilege. He lost his home and everything he owns. I guess white privilege can take as well. He has the privilege of living on the streets. He got to the sick patient that he has white privilege to be sick, or tell the people in the grave that they had the white privilege to be dead, or to the person who's white people who are victims of crime that they had the white privilege to be victims of crimes. See, white privilege could be attached to every freaking thing. We perpetrating victimhood when none of these people are actually victims. These people keep going back. These people keep going back to slavery as though they were slaves. They never was a slave a day in their damn life. Your people use the wait, hold up. What do you think I'm supposed to do about that? I'm supposed to owe you something because my ancestors, who you don't know if my ancestors was actually involved in slavery. Only 1% of white people had slaves. You get your facts straight. Number two, not every white person is an ancestor of the slave masters. They weren't the forefathers of a generation last time I checked. You don't know their genealogy. To accuse every white person of being a racist is stupid. Some of these people are immigrants from Ireland. It doesn't mean that, and they were slaves. So tell me how you know who's who and what's what. Who be the former slave owners who long died long time ago? Get out of the past and get in the present. Nobody owes you a daggone thing. You owe yourself an education. You owe yourself to go out there and get yourself a job. It's not in the gender studies or social studies that you can get a job in. Get off your superiority complex stand. 'Cause people think that they are above criticism because they're black. Oh, nobody's supposed to criticize us because we black. If anybody criticizes us, is a racist or a coon. Let me tell you something. There's going to be somebody going to criticize you who has more power, all power, both on earth and in heaven. Are you going to call him a racist? I bet you won't. I bet you darling you won't. You ain't that stupid. Okay? You're going to have to give your account to God for your actions. I hope you know this. You're going to give an account on that day. And are you going to call him also racist? Because y'all don't know what racism is. Y'all call anything racism. The wall, the color of my wall right now could be racist. Y'all think anything high, even remotely negative that happens to black people can be racist, even if it has nothing to do with race. You think cops are racist just because of incident? Not every cop is racist. Not every. Not even the majority of them are. Let me tell you something. They are there doing the job. If you can make it easier on yourself if you obeyed what they told you to do. You done what they told you to do in the first place. You won't get shot. Trust me, I've been stopped plenty of times, and I've done this same tip, and it got me out very fine and unbullet, without any bullets in it. Thank you very much. I thought it was common sense to when a cop is pursuing you or telling you to do something, not to reach for nothing. Not to reach for your phone, not to reach for anything in your pockets, not to reach for a pen. Don't reach for anything. Just do what they tell you to do and get on the ground, especially at night. Yes, it's not a well-known thing. People have probably forgotten that. That's what they've been taught to do. Man, this is a deep issue because people don't know how to stop talking about stuff they don't know what they're talking about. The media grasshopping on this issue, making it bigger than it needs to be. It wasn't no grossly racist thing that a company did. This was an isolated incident. They should have tried to run game. They acting like that. Oh, I was traumatized, man. Like, when they asked me to leave Starbucks, I was like, oh my, why was it me? It was because I knew that right then it was because I was black. And she was Starbucks, this big corporation who obviously isn't racist, but it's now all of a sudden racist even after 365 days out of the year. It's not racist, even though witnesses said that she's not normally racist, even though 50% of Philadelphia is pretty much black, but it still hasn't had any incidents of racism since then. But this one incident all of a sudden makes the entire corporation of Starbucks racist all of a sudden. Every story is deeply racist. The deep state of racism that plagues America They need to go back to 50s and determine what actual racism looks like because they don't know what it looks like. They're a bunch of sensitive bugs. Sensitive. So sensitive. Our society is so sensitive. They can't be harmed by anything. Be harmed by a little bug. They can be harmed by a single word. Traumatized for life because someone's called me a bad name. I had to fight all my life. Someone called me a bad name. It ruined my entire life for the rest of my life. For the last 33 years of my life, somebody called me one bad name and I can't live my life. I'm stuck in this rut and I can't do anything because this one person 20 years ago called me a candy. Called me. You wanna know what they called me? He called me selfish. I knew he was racist and I couldn't live my life after that moment. I was stuck in high school for like 5 years because of that one word someone called me. I'm sad now. I just couldn't deal with the pain. Uh, Shut up. Man, people can call you names. It's all the time. There's gonna be haters. All the time. Kid dwell on the fact that somebody called your name and that ruined your entire life for the rest of your life. Get off of it. Oh my goodness. You just characters. Characters. Let me tell you something. And I'm gonna close here. If you do what is right all the time, you'll be fine. Do everything they tell you, you will be fine. Stop worrying about things that have no teeth. We already fought this battle, everyone, and it's over. Stop trying to refight it. Stop accusing people of being racist who aren't racist just because you think that they are entitled, which they are not. Nobody on life thinks they're entitled, thinks they're privileged, or have any special advantage over anyone else. You have to have accountability for your own actions and your own behavior and stop using excuses to get out of it. As I close, please like and subscribe. Thanks for listening.